podcast on my YouTube channel. Gonna do my live stream while I play NBA 2K26 My Career on the PS5. We're gonna talk about Friday Night Smackdown, and then we might talk about the news and rumors for AEW. And I might talk about last week's Smackdown. I already talked about it on Raw, but I might show some of the podcasters for last week's Smackdown. But right now we're going to talk about what happened tonight on Smackdown. This is Jacob Cast 2024. Hit that like button, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below y'all want to see more. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Leave a comment. Enjoy the video. This video was sponsored by PlayStation. It was sponsored by my favorite podcasters and YouTubers like JD from New York, Salamander Sound Off, Fightful Pro Wrestling. We're going to talk about Smackdown tonight, August 21st, 2026. We are just 2 weeks away from Sunday night main event, and I think the Triple H show, or the Triple Mania show. But anyway, we're going to talk about Smackdown. Smackdown was actually a pretty good show. It was actually decent. Not much happened. I'm glad that the show getting a little bit good. The show opened up with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes to Randy Orton. Quarterback 1 will kill the legend killer. We also got Blake Monroe and Julia. Blake Monroe attacked Julia before her SmackDown debut match. It was just a brawl. It wasn't really a match. The MRT defended their tag team titles against Damian Priest and R-Truth in an okay match. We had a backstage segment with Tatum Pasley seek blood for bunt with Charlotte and Alexa. So they're still going to feud with Jade and Michin and B-Fab. Baron Corbin offered Trick Williams a rematch if Lil Yachty can beat the clock challenge, I guess. I didn't see Kamar Hayes here, but we got Corbin and Trick that still going to feud. Shinsuke Nakamura and Kishi vowed to take over what? Take over Smackdown or something? Nakamura did this vignette or something with this other guy. I don't know what doing Nakamura. Also, we had Tiffany Stratton against Last Legend. I think the match ended in a DQ. She was attacked by the Elizabeth Force. However, Chelsea Green came out, saved Tiffany Stratton from Elizabeth Forces. Chelsea Green's still hurt. When's he gonna defend the title? Who's he gonna feud? Could be against Nia or Last Legend. But Chelsea came out to help Tiffany. Now we know for a Sunday night main event on September 6th, Atlanta, Georgia, on Labor Day weekend. We know that Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is on that show in 2 weeks on September 6th. Now the main event for tonight was obviously CM Punk versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship. A very good match, a great match. A lot of stuff happened in this match, a lot of highlights. I think the biggest moment was that Sami Zayn is now heel. He a full-fledged heel. He attacked Kevin Owens, he actually cost him the match. And then he attacked the Master, and then he attacked CM Punk. Sami Zayn now a heel. Punk is obviously your babyface. Kevin Owens is gonna be your babyface. Sami Zayn is a full-fledged heel. And I'm happy for that as well, too. It actually makes sense because it fits the storyline.
In the ring.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're getting paid to order pizza.
Best college job ever.
Meet Fireflies. Your AI
Hey.
Did nothing for either of them. We got no Blake Monroe entrance. Nothing. Just a little beat down and no match. After all this time, still no match.
At a goal of you guys voted for 1,000. We came nowhere near that. So tonight, we're gonna keep it simple. 150. That's the goal. I know we need a lot more than that, but it's not realistic, man, in this economy for people to help. This is already a lot. This is a lot right here to try to hit.
That is fantastic. I don't expect Orton to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I really don't want him to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So, him facing Punk for the title, yes, sign me up. A big enough PLE where it's not impossible Orton takes the title off of him. Like, that's...
Yeah, they're annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit conflicted, mostly because for KO, best Ring of Honor people.
What would you say, yes or no?
Can't wait to absolutely annihilate him and destroy him, and was willing to put him through a table. Won't hit him with a title. Like you said, the
got a ton of supplemental details for you guys on Fightful Select about expectations within AEW. Did they know so much happening over there?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the other big news was Ilya Dragunov. Dragunov departs from the company. He leaves WWE. Now we are going to talk about why they kind of fucked up with Dragunov 1 on the main roster. He didn't really do much besides he won the US title for a bit. He wasn't on TV that much. He wasn't really in big storyline. They didn't know what to do with him. Besides winning the US Championship and being in the mid-card for a bit, that was it. I think they really squandered his one on the main roster. He could go to AEW or TNA or somewhere else. Santos Escobar opened up about his heartbreaking release, which came just 6 or 7 days after a second tricep surgery. Santos wouldn't really be in you besides the Triple H show. Dominic and El Gran Americano will sign the contract for their AAA Mega Championship on August 30th. But yeah, Dragunov being released or possibly leaving the company, man, they really messed that up. They messed up at one.
I finally caught the Ajinomoto Gyoza.
Goddamn commercials.
You know me, I'm willing to go the mile that everybody thinks I won't do, but Randy's out here saying you're a good guy. You can't do it. You can't get there. And it's kind of weird because I almost feel like that's a little bit of a parallel that we're seeing. I don't know, maybe I'm reaching here, but I did think about that storyline when I saw the moment of Kevin Owens not wanting to use the championship belts.
But let's talk about that, next steps here, because it's obviously like a triple threat, because Sami Zayn, yes, he takes out Kevin Owens and he loses the championship, but then he also takes out CM Punk and then leaves them both lying there and holds up the title. Where do you see this going? And because CM Punk is advertised for Sunday night's main event.
Do you think they'll do that? Do you think they'll do the triple threat already as soon as Sunday night?
I didn't think so. I said no way. This is probably Money in the Bank. But CM Punk, you know how like wrestlers, they'll tweet out the dates that they're scheduled and confirmed for. Sunday night's main event was in there. Now, mind you, they could be doing something else. Maybe they do a promo, maybe contract signing, backstage segment, whatever it might be. But CM Punk advertised himself to the world as being on Sunday night's main event. So, what do we do with that information?
It's interesting because every single match that I thought was going to take place at Money in the Bank is taking place at Sunday night's main event. Cody and Randy, I wasn't expecting that match on there. Braun and Oba, I wasn't expecting that match on there. And now if they were to add, Kevin Owens, CM Punk, and Sami Zayn at Sunday night's main event, I'm sorry, but that's all of a sudden this show doesn't have the stink that the normal Saturday night's main event does. I hate to say it that way, but it always feels like a show that's less than. All of a sudden, this show is going to start to feel like a bigger deal to me than Money in the Bank or Survivor Series, because look at the matches that we would have if they added that to this actual match, to this actual card.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that Sunday night's main event gets made into like a crazy card, because it is WWE's only main roster show in September. Like, it's their only one. And because of that, and because it's in early September, what do you think it gets compared to?
Of course, All Out. All in.
Yeah, it's going to get compared to All In. So, yeah, I think you got to bring in the spice. You know, it's your only show of the month. You're right beside All In. You're going to get compared. I'm not surprised that they're going this hard for Sunday night's main event. It's a big market too, Atlanta, right? I understand it, I get it, but it feels like that triple threat would be a little bit too fast.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh yeah, this is just like a week after All In too. So there's that. Shit, man. That's the only thing that seems a little bit like, okay, this is exactly why they're pushing it as much as they are. But dude, I mean, you know what? I can't complain, Santi. Hey, these are usually shows that I'm like, I could maybe skip Saturday night's main event. I didn't have any expectations for Sunday night's main event, and already with 2 out of the 3 matches that they've announced, I'm already interested. But I don't know, because if they don't do it there, it's like, okay, Money in the Bank, to me, when you go and you watch Money in the Bank, you really go for those 2 ladder matches.
Yeah.
Everything else, yeah, it's extra, but do you really need it on that show? Not necessarily, because to me, the driver of that show, of the interest, is the actual Money in the Bank match.
Fair, and we also can't ignore that it is, like, far away. You know, like, it's not like, ooh, you know, it's around the corner. Like, we're looking at still the rest of August, all of September, and halfway through October. That is a long time. That is a really, really long time to try and string along this feud. So that's why I'm throwing out the idea of them maybe doing something at Sunday night's main event.
We got Trevera Armenta here, says, hey Denise, great show. I can't wait to see Tatum's match next week. I heard rumors that after the match they will reveal that Paxley is Corbin's niece. What? I don't know where you're hearing these rumors
them.
from.
There's a stupid meme in my community where they like string you along with a message that is halfway interesting, and it always ends with something about Baron Corbin's niece.
Okay, why? What is up with why Baron Corbin's niece? I don't even know her. Is she real?
Okay, there was a guy in my chat that, like, wrote the story that, like, oh, I was dating this girl, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, oh my God, I'm reading a freaking, like, book here. It was so long. And then he's just like, and the crazy thing is that it was actually Baron Corbin's niece. So then maybe he was telling the truth, but then people are just like, now then jumped on that and started telling ridiculous stories that ends with Baron Corbin's niece.
Shut up. Okay, you know what? Now I want nothing more in this world. I want nothing more in this world, by the way, now to see is Baron Corbin's niece.
Baron Corbin's niece.
We got Nothing Happened 96 here. It says, Punk is a transitional champ. He's helping SmackDown views up, but I don't see him holding for long. He hasn't won clean yet. He's not being booked strong, but lucky. Oh, okay. I like the way that you're seeing this here. But yeah, I think you're onto something about him kind of getting a little lucky here. But at the same time, he's still going out there and he's having the matches and defending himself and defending his championship. It's just that some matches hit and some don't. But this one definitely did. Thank you, Nothing Happens. We have Casey Poole here who says, I have a question for Santi.
Great question. Thank you.
We got Jamie Dwyer here who says, love the hat, Santi. Motorsport fan?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I was way more like a few years ago, but yeah.
We got Victor Hugo here who says, this SmackDown was amazing, especially the ending. Thank you, Victor. We have Fuzzy Balls here who says, Toronto is called the 416 or the Big T.O.? Big Toe?
Big T. Well, not a lot of people say the Big T.O.
So what do they say?
Okay, first and foremost, Fuzzy Balls, I don't know where the fuck you came up with that. No one calls it the 416 nor the Big T.O. It's called the 6. That's what we call Toronto, the 6.
Okay, I see. I was about to say, I just hope they don't call it the Big Toe, because that would be terrible. We got Casey Poole here who says, I have a question for Mr. Santi Zap.
Hey, you know what? Keep sending money. We'll happily continue to play this game. Go ahead.
We got Jacob Tatum here who says, what do you think creative plans are for Drew McIntyre when he returns, in your opinion? Plus, when will Sami Zayn get his rightful rematch for the title? Santi, I feel like WWE hates Drew McIntyre. I hate to be that person, but every time I think that they're going to do something with Drew and they really believe in him and he's their guy, it never ends up happening that way, and it breaks my heart every time. But I want to see Drew worked with guys like Damien, Finn Balor, Gunther, because we have those people, and I'd much rather see those kinds of matches than fucking seeing Lil Yachty versus Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously with you. I mean, I'm assuming Drew's going to Raw. Like, he doesn't have, there's no room for him in SmackDown. Or there really isn't. There's so many people already at the top of the card on SmackDown. Raw actually is the one that needs some bodies.
Yes, amen. Thank you, Jacob. We got Nishi Forever who says, Denise, how do you say the last name of Lyra? I say Valkyra. How do you guys say it?
What the fuck?
How do you say it?
It's Valkyria.
Okay, well, I just say Valkyra. Lyra Valkyra.
Okay, Denise Salceda.
Leave me alone.
I'll just mispronounce your last name. See how you like it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Denise, what did you say? Salceda?
Salceda, yeah.
I will take it.
Okay.
Thank you, Nishi. We got Casey Poole here. It says, question for Mr. Club WWE. Do you want to see Oba Femi expose Wood and deliver the Deep Six to George R.R. Martin? I'm just not seeing it. Promo code Denise.
There's a lot going on there. I mean, let's not ignore the fact that Oba Femi did survive Brock Lesnar's exposed Wood to the face, right? So, if anybody is going to be able to inherit the Deep Six with exposed Wood, I mean, I guess it would be Oba Femi, so sure, I could see it.
Thank you, Casey. Now I have a vision in my head I should not have. We got Jacob Tatum here who says, why does WWE keep putting Julia on TV when all she does is lose time after time and never win big matches? Plus, what's next for Blake Monroe after Julia? All right, so this is going to be a big topic today because, unfortunately, I think we're getting trolled by WWE right now. Everybody online has been saying, oh, when is Blake going to have her match? She needs to have a match. And then on top of that, last week, she went viral for something that she responded to a fan about how she can get paid to eat donuts with a fork. And then that kind of blew up. And so it feels like it became this big social media conversation of when is Blake Monroe going to have a match? They finally announced she's going to wrestle Julia, the person that she attacked when she made her debut. And guess what? It didn't happen. And we should have known. Santi, we should have known because in the actual interview that she did with Kathy Kelly, she had said that her debut needs to be with somebody like Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, who is the champion, because she wants a title shot. That was our big giant red flag there that this match wasn't going to happen. Blake Monroe attacks Julia from behind, kicks her ass, never actually gets this match started, and then she does go on and say once again that her first match needs to be for the title.
They're doing a great job at making me not give a shit about Blake Monroe. They're doing a great job.
Bums me out. You know, that's what I was afraid of. I didn't want people to feel this way, but she's going to become the girl who doesn't have matches.
Somebody sent me a super chat saying, like, I've never seen Blake Monroe. I was really excited about all the hype. I don't think I care anymore. And I said, fair. I think they're doing everything perfectly at making you not care. And I don't think that's their intention, but that's what's happening right now.
And it makes me sad because that promo, like, for example, today with what we saw with Kathy, when she was, throwing out her, I should be wrestling in Paris and London and all the things that she said. It's so good. Like, tell me, if you weren't getting stuff like that, like her video vignettes that we were seeing on NXT, the attacks that she's done, if you were seeing that every week along with a couple of matches here and there, Blake would instantly become a fan favorite on the show. Instantly. But I don't know why they're going about it this way, but today kind of felt like they just left us there kind of high and dry. And I do feel bad for Julia Santi. One of the things that I pointed out was that every time we think something's going to happen for Julia, it doesn't end up going the way that we expected. Her first U.S. title reign, her second U.S. title reign, her tumultuous relationship with Kiana James could have been something. Nothing there. Where's Kiana? Okay, and then the next thing, her feud with Blake Monroe. That could be something, and it still can be something, but it just hasn't gotten off to a hot start.
Yeah, I mean, Julia, I don't know what the path is there, because if you think about it, Blake Monroe's motivation and the way that she was booked buries Julia. Oh, Julia's not worth my debut, is what they told us. Julia is not worthy of even Blake Monroe. That's crazy. That is like maybe that I'm reading too deep into it, but I mean they already don't really feature Julia much. You know, she just had a match on Main Event with Michin, lost that. Then she finally gets onto the show, doesn't get her match, gets absolutely like stomped by Blake Monroe, who says you're not worthy of my match. You're not worthy of my debut match. It's a bad look.
Yeah, it bums me out because it's looking bad for Julia and it's not looking the very best for Blake. And I don't want them to set her up for failure. And that sucks because I think she's already, like, she knows who she is. She knows what the character is. She knows, she has a clear vision of how she should be presented on TV, but it's just not coming across that way as consistently as we would like. Thank you, Jacob. We got Suicide Cowboy here. It says, bro, why was Jade looking like Jeffree Star? What now? What? Thank you, Suicide Cowboy.
Sorry. It took me a second to process that message.
We got Nick Donalds here. Says, I don't know why people are surprised with this trash women's booking between Julia and Blake. This company had Blake doing nothing for 2 months, and she still hasn't shown reason why I should care about her. And unfortunately, it's not her fault. It's kind of like the same argument that we had with Liv Morgan not defending the title for 100 days. Why? Because they didn't book her in those matches. Blake's going out there and doing whatever she can when she's out there, but she's not getting booked in any matches. I'm telling you, Santi, we're being trolled now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess it works with her character to kind of troll us and to string us along and like, nope, you gotta wait for the right moment. But just because it fits the character doesn't mean it doesn't create a bad situation. You know, like remember when like John Cena said he's gonna ruin wrestling, and then he goes on to have that absolutely shit WrestleMania 41 main event with Travis Scott, and there were some buffoons that try to defend it, like, oh, what did you expect? He tried to ruin wrestling. What are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Like, do you have 5 brain cells? I get the gimmick here, you know, oh, no, you guys aren't worthy. You guys aren't worthy. This crowd's not worthy. This opponent's not worthy. But the gimmick can damage the long-term interest that people have for Blake Monroe.
It definitely can, and that's the part that I don't think they really fully understand, or maybe they do, but they just don't care. I don't know which one it is. Thank you, Nick. We got Stefino75 here. It says, Toronto. Only the Canadian locals call it like that, Santi. I just looked it up. You are incorrect. Oh.
I'm not incorrect. No, it's pronounced Toronto. Our literal head of government calls it Toronto. It's the city of Toronto. What do you mean only the locals are... That is so funny. Imagine, like, who do you think says it properly? The people from there, you fucking idiot! Ah!
Toronto.
Dude.
The pasta that y'all love.
It's like, oh no. Only Mexicans call it Mexico. Get a load of these Mexicans calling it incorrectly. It's Mexico, pal. Are you serious?
Man. Hey,
Are you
get
serious?
out to those parts of Twitter and you'll be hearing people talk like that. Thank you, Stefino. We got David Primero here. It says, WWE needs another PLE besides Sunday night's main event. Maybe bring back Armageddon, Bad Blood, or do WrestlePalooza in December for the John Cena Classic. What do you think? Look, I'm never going to say no to another PLE, especially when we have these big, long, giant gaps, because, damn, Santi, in July... I felt like I was dying a slow death of boredom with what we were getting. And it's crazy, the boost, the uptick that I have seen following SummerSlam. All of a sudden, people give a shit. Why? Because we're coming off of this show. We're heading into Survivor Series, Money in the Bank. Like, we've got things that we're interested in now. So for me... and Santi, for you, as people that come on here and talk about this for a living, it feels like the more that there's going on, the better. Like, I don't want these dry spells at all. I don't like them. I hate them.
No, I mean, I'm with you. It's funny because, you know, we've had dry spells of, like, bad programming when they're giving us PLE after PLE after PLE. I'm more of the mind, like, I just want, like, good programming, like, good weekly shows. I think that's the way that I can then actually look forward to these PLEs. Because sometimes, man, like the programming can be so bad that you could put 3 PLEs in a month, and I'm dreading having to sometimes sit through them.
Yeah. Thank you, David. We got Christian Baylor Smith here. Says, thanks for taking my question. With the departure of some recent talent like Dragunov, do you think there's a super saturation of talent across WWE, AEW?
At Citizens Private Bank, we believe your attention is best spent on your passions.
It's in going after that United States Championship, so we could see Paige JC in the future, which I'm not bothered about, to be honest. I think it'd be a pretty straightforward win.
Dow as a great wrestler in there because there's so many.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Ilya Dragunov situation is interesting because if he does go to AEW, it is this crazy logjam of a lot of wrestlers that are there, but I do think he is the type of guy that would stand out. I do think he is the type of guy that would, cream rises to the top type of guy. I do think he is the type of guy that would not get lost in the shuffle of a massively bloated roster.
I want him to have exactly what Tommaso had, where it felt like Tommaso was reborn, and suddenly you're like, oh my God, this is the guy I used to love on NXT, and here he is, he's back times 10. I would love to see that happen for him. Thank you, Christian. We got David here who says, the only good thing about Smackdown is they're building new stars for the WWE title, while Raw is hostage with the bloodline. We need LA Knight or Oba for the world title. Oh, David, I would stick with Oba, but I don't want to give Sancho any further hope of LA Knight becoming champion. Thank you, David. We got Gian Reza here. Thank you for the jewels. We got Chavaro Armenta here who says, I have a follow-up question after Casey's question to Santi.
Guys, line up. Form a line.
Oh my God, Chavaro, you popped me with that. We got Suicide Cowboy here who says, serious question, death by
Nope, no clue.
Okay. Thank you, Suicide Cowboy. I want to give you more, but I don't know what to say. Thank you. We got Alex Ivory here. Thank you for the super chat. We got Fuzzy Balls here. It says Julia interferes and nails Blake over the head with a kendo stick in her title match versus Chelsea, and Chelsea retains. Yep, that could definitely happen. Yeah, because that's the only other way. Because what do you mean Blake will just go out there and defeat Chelsea Green? I would kind of feel kind of bad for Chelsea. And then if Blake goes out there and loses just cleanly to Chelsea, then suddenly you're here like, oh, so that's it? All right.
Okay, question. Would this whole, being strung along, do you think it'll be worth it, a worth it character, moment if her debut match is a title match and she wins it?
Dude, I love Chelsea so much, but I would be like happy as fuck for Blake Monroe. I would be like, oh my God, I doubted them. I thought they hated her. I was worried that they were going to kill all her momentum and all the work she had built up for herself in her career. I would start to think that way.
Right.
Thank you, Fuzzy Balls. We got CJ here who says, Santi, show the GTA 6 leaks on your new gaming channel.
No, that's a good way to get... I don't think they're suing people. I think they're sending hitmen.
Ooh, Jesus. Oof. Thank you, CJ. We got David Primero here who says, the truth with the bad booking is Triple H doesn't want Blake Monroe to outshine his favorite toy, Rhea Ripley, who happens to be injury prone. David, come on. We like Rhea around here. At least I do. We got Rob here. Thank you with the marshmallow. We got Chavero Armenta who says, hey, Denise, any chance we get a day in the life of Denise like Santi's recent vlog? It would be interesting. Also, I was hoping for more Dwayne cameos. Santi, I saw that you're doing your vlog channel. I am really bad at doing vlogs. You know what happens to me? I start to do the vlog, and then I never finish it. Like, I do like half of it. And then I'm like, oh, damn, I forgot to record that part. I forgot to record that part. And then it just never comes to life.
Yeah, you have to be very intentional. Like, that whole day, the camera was beside me the entire time.
Yes. Yes, and I do kind of feel like my day would be a little boring looking, though. It's just like...
To be fair, my video, part of the charm was how boring my day was.
Are you serious? Because I would be scared
I'm in my office
that.
the whole day. Watch it when you get a chance. I think it's an interesting look.
I will. Because that's what I always feel like. I don't think people always real, or maybe you do, I don't know. But like being a creator or podcaster, like you're literally on your fucking computer the whole time. And if you step away, maybe you do something, you're on your phone. Okay. But it's like here, and I thought to myself, like, who the fuck would want to see me just sitting on my computer?
Hey, it's on my new channel, and it's already at over 12,000 views on a new channel. So people are interested. They like to watch the monotony.
I love that. And people like that type of stuff, too. I mean, look at, like, The Office, the way that was filmed. You know?
True.
But, I mean, it was hilarious as fuck, too. But, you know. Anyways, thank you, Shavero. We got Suicide Cowboy here. It says, for reals, when has WWE ever consistently booked Japanese wrestlers well? And here's actually, I'm glad that you brought this up because we actually have a lot more in regards to that.
I'm carrying out large one-topping pizzas for $7.
Match. All the craziness with CM Punk just made it better. So, Punk, Kevin, Sami, that was awesome. Everything else, I gotta be honest with you, it was a mixed bag. Everything in the middle, some of it was okay, some of it was not good at all. And a lot of it left me scratching my head. So, again, you're seeing WWE move around some pieces, change the landscape. I like a lot of...
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night Smackdown post show for your August 21st, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Friday evening, wherever you may be. My God, Kim G starting us off hot tonight with a $100 super chat. I'm pissed. I'm heartbroken. It's time to belt KO. It's been 10 years. What are we doing? Great main event, though. OTS for live. Cam G, thank you, brother. As always, we love our guy Cam G coming in big, starting us off in a great way tonight on this Friday night. Cam G also earns 10 spots on the VIP wheel later. Smackdown. I was very much looking forward to this show tonight. Toronto, Canada, hot crowd. Canada's always a hot crowd. Scotiabank Arena. Kevin Owens, CM Punk, first time ever. Anywhere. First time ever between Punk and KO. WWE Championship on the line. KO won the opportunity to wrestle CM Punk by winning a fatal four-way at SummerSlam after beating Finn Balor, Sami Zayn at SummerSlam, Gunther at SummerSlam. He won the right. 8 minutes they went. They should have went at least double that at SummerSlam. I don't forget. Regardless, he's the number one contender. He still very well may be the number one contender after tonight because Sami Zayn, like many of us had predicted, sure it's not rocket science, Sami Zayn got himself involved and blasted on purpose Kevin Owens in the face with the WWE Championship after a ref bump. And then CM Punk retains the WWE Championship off of an assist. An unlikely assist. He'll take it. CM Punk retains the WWE Championship. I thought what they did was excellent. I love the intensity of Punk and KO. It delivered after all these years and all these promos that we've seen back and forth between KO and CM Punk. 20 years of hostility, 20 years of a grudge with KO hating CM Punk. I thought the intensity, the physicality was right on point. KO was working a little stiff in there, but that's the type of shit I like, man. Make me believe in what they're doing. Make me believe that you can't stand this fucking guy's guts. I thought what they did was great. Hot crowd, great match. Obviously, the ending is going to lead into whatever happens next. I got no complaints about what they did in the main event. None. Now, I don't know where they go with this. They could easily go KO and CM Punk. They're not done by a long shot. I'm not really interested right now in another Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match one-on-one. I know they have this fight forever thing about them. The last time we saw them was at the Elimination Chamber in that lights out match, unsanctioned match that they had at the Elimination Chamber. That was legitimately KO's final match before he went to go get surgery. Not really interested in seeing them go one-on-one again so soon. I don't know what else they could do there. But I like Sami being involved because Sami went from the last real good guy to now the guy that feels like he is owed a championship match. A guy that he rightfully does. And a guy that has become obsessed with being the WWE champion. The more he gets fucked over, the more obsessed he becomes. He's legitimately obsessed with the championship. I love that. Everybody should be obsessed with the WWE Championship. If you're chasing Punk, you should be obsessed with the WWE Championship. And that's the bright spot on Friday night. Sami, Punk, KO, Randy, Cody. You want to throw Gunther into the mix. Absolutely into the mix. Finn Balor into the mix. Main event scene is hot on Friday night. It's legitimately the only thing they got going for them. It was too good to be true, folks. We couldn't go on a streak with good Smackdowns. Smackdown's been more than decent the last couple of weeks. Tonight was not a good show outside the main event. Outside the main event, it was largely just a typical Smackdown. Very typical Smackdown. We had a decent tag team match with the MFTs. They're really going all in on Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga with Haku as their new manager. They retained the tag team championships against R-Truth and Damian Priest. It looked like to me that we may be getting a heel turn for Damian Priest. I mean, I think it's time. I really do. He's been floating around in the middle of nothing. He's been a tag team guy after coming out of a world championship run. They put him in a tag team, not even a real tag team, with R-Truth. It may very well be time to change Damian Priest. If you find any value in him whatsoever, it may be as a heel. Honestly. That was decent. Everything else in between. The open was all right. The end was great. Everything in between was, if you missed it, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything until the Blake Monroe in-ring debut on Friday Night SmackDown. And that's where we are going to start. Not really much to say about Punk and Kevin Owens in the main event. I mean, we'll talk about what happened and what transpired and where we think it's going when we get on into the review a little bit later. This was the one thing that everybody was talking about because of just the terrible way that WWE's handled Blake Monroe, the former Mariah May, in WWE. They've had Mariah May. I'm going to call her Mariah May. I don't know who the fuck Blake Monroe is because they clearly haven't done a fucking thing with her. It's unreal to me how you grab Mariah May from AEW and you put her in NXT and you could have already felt that WWE didn't really know which direction they wanted to go with Blake Monroe. Did they want her to be a mini-me version of Toni Storm? Timeless Toni Storm, that is? Do they want to have a mix of Mariah May and Toni Storm in NXT. I didn't know which direction she was going in creatively. We got a little bit of both. That's not a bad thing, but they didn't really kind of accent that. They didn't really enhance that at all. She was just kind of there. She didn't really do much of anything on NXT. I don't think anybody genuinely remembers what she did on NXT. I know I don't watch it. It's fucking terrible. Then she gets called up to the main roster. She sits around for 4.5 months. She's randomly attacking people. She attacks Julia. She attacks Kiana James when they were still a pair. Where Kiana James is nowadays, I don't know. Julia, Kiana James, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green. 4.5 months without a single fucking match. Not a bell had rung for Mariah May on the main roster. Then we get the advertisement last week. 7 days to build anticipation. Blake Monroe debut against Julia on Friday Night Smackdown. People complain that it was against Julia because Julia's already been buried by WWE on Friday night, and this is just another icing on the cake. Julia once again getting buried by the newly debuting Blake Monroe. 4.5 months. What do you think they did tonight, chat? Did they have Mariah May go out there and show us her in-ring ability against a very admirable opponent in Julia? Someone who she's very familiar with. Did they have her go out there and do what she needed to do? Show us the entrance and the elaborate entrance and wowing the crowd with her aura, her presentation, getting in the ring and showing us how good she really is. WWE wasted not only Mariah May's time, they wasted everybody who got excited about this, everybody that was looking forward to this. They wasted Mariah's time. They wasted Julia's time. They wasted everybody's time that sat in that arena tonight. We didn't get an in-ring debut. We got yet another sneak attack, this time away from the backstage setting. Another sneak attack, but this time in the ring. She was fully dressed up to wrestle. There was a referee. She attacked Julia in the aisleway during Julia's entrance and then beat her up around ringside, beat her up in the ring, and then left. She just left. Then she claimed that she didn't want this to be her debut and that she's championship material. Now, before anybody starts picking this apart, complain, man. It looks like Blake does have some sort of direction. It looks like they are giving Blake possibly something bigger and something more fulfilling with some kind of payoff, potentially. Maybe. Do I trust them to go that far and actually do something right? No, I don't. But the possibility is there. Number 3, they may be setting Blake Monroe up not to be meddling with the likes of Julia and the lower end card of the division, but they may be skyrocketing her to a main event level already on Friday night. The thing is, if they wanted to do that, why didn't they do that 4.5 months earlier? See, there's a vast difference between doing what they did tonight, 4.5 months into her debut and call-up, and doing what they did tonight on, say, week 1, week 2, or even week 3. You waited 4.5 months to advertise this woman's actual in-ring debut, to do something that they should have done on week 1 of her getting called up to Friday Night Smackdown. Who the fuck is booking Blake Monroe and why? That's what I want to know. WWE's got to be scared. WWE's got to be scared. Oh no. There's another woman on the main roster that could possibly overtake Charlotte Flair. There's another woman on the roster that could possibly overtake Alexa Bliss. There's another woman on the roster that could overtake Rhea Ripley. We can't have that happen! Rhea is injured. Rhea is out. Rhea won't be back until Royal Rumble season. Charlotte's meddling away with fucking Tater Tot and Alexa Bliss. Bianca Belair is out, being a mother. What are you waiting for to push fresh, new, up-and-coming faces to the top of the women's division? I don't understand what you're waiting for. You have a legitimate woman in Blake Monroe that checks off every motherfucking box that you would want for female talent on this roster. And you wasted 4.5 fucking months of this woman's career. For what? For what? For this? What took you so long to get to this point? What took you so long to finally say, you know what, maybe we should put her on TV? The creator's priority should be, all right, Rhea's out, Bianca's out, we gotta make some new stars. Why are you waiting for them to get back? Does the entire division revolve around Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair? Is no one else allowed to be pushed? Is no one else
What's up,
allowed
everybody?
to become a
MP
superstar
here to
in
let
their
you know what's going.
absence? You should be in creating a new star. You should be in the mode of creating new stars so that when Rhea and Bianca do get back, they have other top stars to work against. Don't you want everybody to be like Rhea and like Bianca and like Charlotte? Bro, this woman wanted to be here. She could have wasted away under Tony Khan's failed leadership. After coming out of a feud, a great feud, by the way, with Tony Storm, she could have easily stayed there and won the TBS title. She could have stayed there and won the women's tag team titles in a makeshift tag team. Wrestling on Collision in front of 1,500 people in Bumblefuck, Alabama on a Saturday night. She wanted to be here. She idolizes Triple H.
Looking good, MP.
This woman didn't even need the NXT system. This woman could have been placed on the main roster in week 1. Yeah, you had her go down there, and then you called her up, 4.5 months of nothing, and then you finally debut her in an official capacity that ends up not being an official match. Oh, but they got a plan, JD. Sure. Yes, because we are supposed to trust the people that just released Ilya Dragunov and claimed, well, he's not really generating social media engagement the way that we like others are, so we just let him go. We let his contract lapse, and he opted to walk, and we didn't bring him back. Yeah, you want me to trust these people. You want me to trust these people who clearly have shown you time and time and time and time again, and you don't even need to go back that far, how negligent they are of talent, how neglectful they are of talent that they have on their roster, and you want me to trust these fucking people, you want me to trust every single motherfucking one of them on that writing team to do right by fucking Mariah May, get the fuck out of here. Every single motherfucking one of them sucks at their job. They are the worst group of people in any
What's up,
creative
everybody?
capacity.
It's your boy
that
MP,
is
coming to you live from
a
the locker
writing
room
team.
right before we go up against one of the best shot blockers in the league.
When they do good and when they have something good that is praised, it is clearly because they got lucky. They have no vision. They have no plan. They have no desire. They have no passion. Nothing. Nothing. Every single fucking talent on this show is a fucking number and an analytic to them. That's it.
MP's gonna surprise a lot of people, man.
Meanwhile, all Blake Monroe has to do is post a fucking selfie of herself in a bikini on Twitter, and I guarantee you she'd generate more engagement than fucking 98% of the roster. So if Dragunov was not brought back because of engagement, or lack of engagement, I should say, then why isn't Blake Monroe on my fucking television in that women's division owning every motherfucking one of them on Friday night? The narrative of engagement and the fact that someone like Dragunov didn't draw engagement is bullshit! It's bullshit. It is bullshit. That is an excuse used by a company who refuses to admit when they are wrong. They fucked up. Do you genuinely think they're going to admit that they fucked up? Or they're going to blame it on the talent? Oh, well, he didn't draw engagement online. He didn't draw the type of numbers like some of the other people on the roster do. Yes, because I'm sure Nia Jax and Lash Legend are fucking drawing huge numbers. I'm sure Meechin, who has a fucking match next week with fucking Tatum Paxley, is drawing big numbers. Right? To advertise the debut and then you do that, that's fucking garbage. If you did that on week 2, I wouldn't be complaining because at least coming out of the gate you'd have a fucking plan. Now? How am I gonna believe that she gets a championship match when she doesn't want to win a match? How are you gonna weasel her into that situation? She hasn't even... So she's opting not to wrestle a match and win a match, yet she wants a championship match because she feels like she looks like a champion. How are you gonna sell anybody on that? How are you gonna sell anybody on that? Why? Because she's smoking fucking hot? Because she's blonde? And she gets 10,000 likes per bikini pic on Twitter, right? Yeah, we'll just give her a fucking championship. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I don't give a fuck what she looks like. She's gonna go in the ring and win a fucking match. Yes, please explain to everybody how that's gonna work out. Oh, I don't want to wrestle a match. I deserve a championship match because I'm championship material. Fuck out of here. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We're gonna talk about Chelsea Green as well. I mean, Mariah Blake is targeting Chelsea Green. Tiffany Stratton wrestled Trash Legend tonight. Another loss for Tiffany. They didn't really forward any tensions. They didn't really do anything with Chelsea and Tiffany. They didn't forward anything. Just there. Another loss. We're going to let it marinate a little bit more. We didn't even get an iota of a tease. And then we'll talk about CM Punk, Kevin Owens, main event, WWE Championship match. which was easily the highlight of the show. I want to thank you guys very much for joining me here on this Friday night. This is your SmackDown post show right here on Off the Script. It is your Friday, August 21st, 2026. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Thank you for the love on TikTok. You guys are killing it over there. We just hit 33,000 followers.
Is this it? Let's Google search. Chirping about this tonight on the couple weeks now. We were kind of joking about this on TNT the other night. Smackdown turned a corner. And I'm like, can we wait a little bit before we proclaim that Smackdown has turned some sort of creative corner here? Because I haven't seen it, okay? And one good Smackdown does not make a streak of great Smackdowns. Let's just wait and see what happens. It's great that CM Punk got moved over to SmackDown. I think that could benefit the show. It's great that we have Kevin Owens back, right? There are signs that would lead you to believe that, hey, maybe we have better times ahead for SmackDown. And maybe we do. Tonight was not one of those times. SmackDown tonight was largely a very boring show, and it shocks me that they had that many people in the building tonight. They had 15,000 people, 18,000 people. And this is the show that they gave them. This is the show that they gave them? Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. A boring 90-plus minutes with a very good main event. That's why I say this was a one-match show. I was very much looking forward to this. It's hard to believe that for as long as Kevin Owens and CM Punk have been doing this, for as long as they have been in pro wrestling and they've crossed paths, over the years, and they kind of came from the same places, they've never had a match before. This was legitimately their first ever match, their first ever one-on-one encounter tonight on this show. Punk had a great match last month with Sami Zayn when he won the WWE Championship. Kevin Owens, he just came back after 17 months on the shelf. Had a very good match at SummerSlam. I mean, they got 8 minutes. So, as much as you can have this great, wonderful match in 8 minutes. So I was very much looking forward to it. I thought these two delivered until we got to the finish. And then we got pretty much what I expected to get, which was a bunch of fuckery. Because as much as I wanted to see Kevin Owens walk out of Toronto as the WWE Champion, I knew in my heart that that was not going to happen. And I knew that Sami Zayn was going to show up as soon as Sami got screwed at the end of the show last week when he was promised by Nick Aldis, if you beat Cody Rhodes, I will give you the first shot against whoever comes out of this match tonight. You will get a championship match. And then Sami came out last week and the match never even started. Because Randy Orton went out there, right? He brawled all over the building with Cody Rhodes, and I said this man got screwed yet again. It feeds into this whole gimmick. Justice for Sami. There's no way that we're not going to see Sami Zayn pop up and play some kind of role in the end of this match. Even if he tries to help Kevin Owens, it's going to blow up in his face. Surprise, surprise. That's exactly what we got here. Kevin Owens, he was this close to becoming WWE Champion for the first time in his career, but the streak continues. I'm not even sure what the exact number is. I thought he was 0 for 13. He might be. It's in the double digits. All the opportunities he's ever had to become the champion, he still cannot get the job done. And Sami Zayn tried. He tried to help him. He tried. Ultimately, Kevin did not want his help. He got blasted in the head with the belt for his troubles, and CM Punk was more than happy to take advantage, get the pin, and is still the champion. Oh, that's right, Steve Mello. Shout out to Steve, by the way. Steve is in the chat. Steve said he was going to the show tonight. So, Steve, I want you to chime in the chat when you get a chance, and let me know what your experience was. Now, I'm guessing you probably took the kids. I would imagine they probably had more fun than I did watching this show. He says he's stuck in the parking lot. Everyone is honking. I'm not sure is that less or more of a pleasurable experience than this show was tonight? I'm not sure. Actually, we do have a message from him right here. It says, heading home. Hot crowd all night. They were hot. I will give lots of love to the fans in Toronto. Main event was the best part, he says, even with the predictable Sami interference. Oba and LA Knight against The Vision was the dark match.
Oh, okay, I'm talking.
I see. No comment on the rest of the show, huh? Sounds about right. So now I guess we have to wait and see if CM Punk is even going to be on the Sunday night's main event card. They have no PLE in the month of September. Unless you consider Sunday night's main event to be a PL. I don't even know what it means anymore to be a premium live event. Premium live events in WWE don't feel premium. What does it even mean? What does it even mean in 2026 with this company to be a premium live event? I don't know. I will say this. I mean, they got a couple of big matches already signed for that show. They already had that sign coming into tonight. We knew Cody and Randy. They're going to have a match on that show. And we found out on Monday that it's going to be Obafemi and Braun Breaker. Those are the only two matches coming into tonight that we knew of. We actually have a third, which before I get to that, there is at least the possibility that they could add something with Punk, Owens, and Sami Zayn. Maybe we get a triple threat match on that show. Maybe we get Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn on that show. Something that, there's a fresh match that we haven't seen before, but I mean, in all honesty, in all seriousness, we kind of knew, we had to know that that was going to be the direction coming out of this show. So I'm just not sure if we're going to get a WWE title match on that show. Punk is not advertised for Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank would be the next real PLE that they're doing. And they released a whole schedule, Punk's entire schedule, through the end of October. Suppose they could always add a date, but he is not listed for Money in the Bank as of this moment. So I'm not sure what the timeline is going to be. You watch this show, you come out of this show thinking we're headed for a triple threat. All three of these men, they're all in the same orbit now. Because there was a report coming into the show tonight, might have been Alvarez, who said that this was only supposed to be a one and done with Punk and Owens. That's not the impression I got coming out of the show tonight. Maybe in terms of a one-on-one, it was going to be one and done. But all three of these men now are all intertwined when it comes to the WWE Championship. Now we wait and see when that next match is going to be. But honestly, in terms of Kevin Owens, it felt to me like it was a now or never thing. It really did. It felt like this was now or never for Kevin Owens. And if he didn't win the championship tonight, look, people have been waiting 10 years since he was the Universal Champion. All the Kevin Owens fans. Because we've gotten messages here on the streams. I've gotten emails for the mailbag, for the podcast. Do I think Kevin Owens will ever be WWE Champion? Will he ever get to the top of the mountain again? And as much as I would love to see it, my answer has always been, honestly, I don't know. I don't think so. Because you would think if it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. And I know he just came back, but they built this big match here for Toronto, Canada, and he's in the main event against CM Punk. And it just felt to me like this may have been his last real shot. I'd love to be wrong about that, but I stopped taking bets long ago on whether or not Kevin Owens is going to get another run on top as a world champion. But you know what? If Sami Zayn can be WWE champion, there is no reason that Kevin Owens can't be. I just don't get the sense it's going to be something that is going to be happening anytime soon. But I mentioned that we do have another match official for Sunday night's main event. Would you like to know what this match is? It's actually potentially a pair of matches. Now we know Trick Williams has lost twice to Baron Corbin. He lost his United States Championship to him. He lost a rematch to him. He wanted another shot. Baron Corbin said no. And then he and Little Yachty beat him up, and Corbin said, I'll tell you what I'll do. You want to end this? You want to get one more shot at the United States Championship? Fine. Sunday night's main event sounds like a good time for it. But here's what we're going to do. I want your little friend first. He wants Yachty. And they made it official. Triple H put this out during the show. They have the graphic all ready to go. This is what we're getting on Sunday night's main event in Yachty's hometown of Atlanta. Lil Yachty will step into the ring officially for the first time one-on-one against Baron Corbin. And all he has to do is survive 5 minutes. If he can survive, it's a beat the clock challenge. We're getting a beat the clock challenge, is basically what this is. All he has to do is not get killed or pinned. And if he can do that, and he can outlast 5 minutes in the ring with Baron Corbin, Trick Williams will get his rematch that night for the United States Championship, which means A, he's getting his rematch, and B, he's winning the belt back. Because there ain't no fucking way Trick Williams is losing 3 straight to Baron Corbin. That ain't happened. Look at the frill. Look at the hair on that belt. I mean, you had to know when he showed up last week with that belt still looking like that. It was going right back to Trick. So now at least we know when Trick Williams is getting his belt back. We learned that much tonight. This is what they're doing. This is Trick Williams. Look, they've shrunk him down behind Lil Yachty. Look at this. They have shrunk him down. He looks like Yachty's manager here in this image. What the fuck are we doing? Baron Corbin against Lil Yachty. Amazing. This is your Friday Night Smackdown review. It is August 21st, 2026. I am the Solomonster. Thank you guys for being with me here.
I have one pair of skinny jeans, and I'm going to wear them every week just to piss you off.
Oh, yeah. Big Dave. Kratos. There he is. Dave Bautista. He got the role, man. I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy who, God, what's his name again? I just forgot his name. The guy who hurt his bicep, and he had the role of a lifetime. And it went out the window now. They're reshooting this whole Kratos God of War TV show. And Dave Bautista just slid right in there, and he got the role. He's looking a lot slimmer these days. He doesn't look like Kratos. He's going to have to put on a lot of mass really fast. He's 57 years old. It ain't going to be, well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you put the mass on, but 57 years old, trying to put mass on in a short period of time is not going to be as easy as it was when he was 37. Bobbert has had enough. Bobbert 33 with the 15. Ryan Hurst, thank you, yes. He was in, The Odyssey. Just saw him in The Odyssey. Hey, Bobbert, thank you, man. I also have to give before we go on here, because we had some activity before I went live tonight, and I have to say thank you to this fine fellow, James Crawford, who actually dropped a few super chats, but he dropped a $100 bomb. It says, I love you solo. James Crawford, James, you are the man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that and the other one. I had to give him a shout out here before we moved on. We live in a world of CGI and AI. They can glow up Batista real. Yeah, but still, dude, you can't look like this. You know, you can't be a stick figure. You got to put some of that mass on. You got to give them something to work with. I think he's going to kill it. I think Dave is going to kill it. Dave is a very good actor. I've said it here on the streams before when we've talked about this stuff. Knock at the Cabin, I believe, is the name of that movie. I saw that movie, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, a few years ago. I thought it was pretty bad. But the character that he played, that Batista played, was the best part of the entire movie. I thought he was fucking great in that movie. Anyway, I think he'll kill that role. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. That would help out the stream and the channel very much. I do appreciate it. Let's bring up the wheel here. Our little wheel of fun. Let's find out how many likes we're looking for tonight. Deputy Doug, you need to go back. He says, and that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Interesting. You know, there have been subtle hints and teases over the years, a couple times, that they've interacted on TV, Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman, where we've had these debates here sometimes on the streams even, or in the questions, where do I think that Paul Heyman is going to ultimately manage Cody? Or when Cody goes heel, is he going to recruit Paul Heyman to be his wise man, right? Are they going to put the two of them together? I can't say no. I mean, I think there's a not zero chance of it happening. They've teased it a couple of different times now over the last few years. Heyman has always been very complimentary of Cody, very respectful of him, and complimentary of his father as well. But this, to me, was the strongest hint yet that maybe there is some sort of, direction here for that, where he kind of goes to Heyman for help. Thing is, like, you know, with what we saw here, all of a sudden Heyman, people are going to be chirping about this. Heyman has now been brought into 2 different matches. The only 2 matches that up until tonight had been announced for that Sunday night's main event show have now invoked the name of Heyman, or Heyman's involvement. Because it looks like everything in the Obafemi and Braun Breaker match is being built around Paul Heyman, after what we saw on Monday. Now Cody drops this line, and all of a sudden the conversation turns to, well, is there any significance to that? Is Cody going to align with Paul Heyman, right? Everything seems to revolve around Heyman in some form or fashion here. I mean, it's ridiculous. But beyond that, this was not much of a segment. You know, what really happened here? Nothing. We know Cody hates Randy. Randy hates Cody. Now they can't touch. We have 1 more Smackdown to go before we get... Actually, is it 1 or 2? No, it's 2. It's 2 more. 2 more Smackdowns. So, oh boy, yeah, no physicality now between these 2. Exciting. I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't wait. I thought it was 1 week. Fuck, it's 2. Anyway, this was fine. This was nothing terribly special. After this, though, we had Damian Priest and we had R-Truth. They got their rematch, unlike Sami Zayn, for the WWE Tag Team Championships that they lost last week to the MFTs. Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga. In the back before the match, the MFTs were cutting a promo when Haku showed up, and he was censored when he again called them the motherfucking Tongans. Sounds a lot cooler when he says it. Oh, he's Haku. I mean, anything he says or does is going to be cool as fuck. Him walking down to the ring with that walking stick. Actually, someone said it looks like a shower rod, and I can't get that out of my head now. Every time I see him walking down to the ring, it's him and his shower rod. I have to say this also: when they came out to the ring, the music, that MFT's instrumental. Is that Tala Tonga's theme? I think it's just Tala Tonga's theme. We didn't hear his theme very often because we didn't see him have matches on SmackDown by himself very often. But I'm pretty sure it's his music. I think it's a song called Destroyer. It's pretty good. I think it's a pretty badass theme. I mean, it's just an instrumental, but I think it's a pretty badass theme. You know, I shit on a lot of the themes that we hear on WWE television because they fucking suck. But when there's a good one or a decent one, I have to give it credit. I have to call them out and say, hey, you know what? That one sounds pretty good.
Yeah, we did welcome y'all.
It's Raiden's staff.
You got him wearing those childish things.
It's a shower rod.
I told you, y'all can't win.
Don't tell Haku I said that. So they showed the War Raiders multiple times, watching from the back with their AAA tag team titles. We had R-Truth out here in this match at 54 years old, doing a slingshot plancha to the floor. Good on him. For what I was expecting this match to be, which wasn't much, this was better than what I expected. I thought they had a perfectly solid little match here. Truth hit the John Cena AA for a near fall. He's still jacking all of Cena's moves. Tala Tonga broke up the pin on that. Priest clotheslined Tala Tonga out to the floor and then followed him out, but he ended up getting chokeslammed onto the apron. So at that point, back inside, poor R-Truth, he fell victim to their high-low Red Cross, we were told is what it's called, the Red Cross finish. And the MFTs retained the tag team titles. When the match was over, Truth was down on the mat, he's licking his wounds. Priest is very disappointed. And he climbs up on the apron, he gets back in the ring, the music stops, and they really wanted you to think that this was going to be a heel turn. I was hoping that it would be. Because I think just babyface Damian Priest has run its course and is just boring as shit right now. So any kind of change for him, I think, is going to benefit him. And he's standing over him, and Truth gets up to his feet, and then he just hugs him. And you can see him mouth the words, "We'll get the belts back." I hope not. I hope not. Let this be the end. Let this be the end. They had a nice little tag team thing going for a while. They tried to play off the old Judgment Day comedy between the two of them, the whole comedic dynamic. They won the tag team titles. They got their little run, and now it's over. Damian Priest, he doesn't need to be doing this. So we didn't get the heel turn tonight. That doesn't mean we're not going to get it. We just didn't get it tonight. But again, for what we got here, I mean, again, I thought it was fine. Obviously, based on the promos we've seen over the last few weeks with Shinsuke Nakamura, we know Shinsuke and Hiromu are coming for the MFTs. Last week, we had a video promo with the... God. God, that reminds me of that TMZ story that I was unfortunately reading earlier this morning about Brie Bella. About how she shit herself. Every time... Now I hear this, and that's the first thing I think of now. Brie Bella shitting herself. Venom Katetsu. The 25 drop. Thank you, brother.
Muscle Man doesn't count. Muscle Man's a wimp.
So saw Blackberry Jack Daniels at the store today. I'm skeptical. Have you tried it? When I'm in a whiskey mood, I go for the standard Jack or Honey Jack. The apple is okay, but I prefer the Captain Morgan Apple Rum. Happy Friday, my dude. That reminds me, I have to go to the liquor store tomorrow because I have to bring with me. I'm going over to someone's house on Sunday, so I don't want to show up empty-handed. Usually it's a bottle of Maker's Mark, and then maybe, I don't know, Tito's vodka. People seem to love vodka. No, I have not tried the Blackberry Jack. That doesn't sound very appetizing to me. I'll tell you what, the apple is not bad. I like the apple. I still prefer the regular, but the apple is actually not bad. Anyway, happy Friday, brother. Thank you for the love. But what I was saying is, we've seen these vignettes over the last couple of weeks, and Nakamura has been teasing, bringing in a partner, bringing in someone, and last week we could see the silhouette in the background. And then Nakamura was using words like chaos and time bomb, right? They were dropping not so subtle hints about who it was. And tonight, later in the show, but I may as well mention it now, we got the big reveal of who the partner is, who this person is that Shinsuke Nakamura has brought in. It is, in fact, Hiromu Takahashi, the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. What was it, 4 times? I believe 4 times, 5 times. He has now made his voyage over to the United States. He is now on the Smackdown roster. He is no longer Hiromu Takahashi. Hiromu is dead. His new name is, I want to make sure I pronounce this right, because the spelling of it is not how he said it here on the show. It's spelled K-Y... spelled K-Y-O-K-I, but he pronounced it as Choach. So that's what I'm going to call him until somebody tells me otherwise. His new name is Choach, which I looked it up. It translates to madness or insanity in Japanese. I think a lot of the decisions that this creative team makes are Choach. So that's his new name. He said that after competing around the world, he's finally arrived in WWE. He said the stronger his opponents are, the more fun he has. Nakamura said that Choach is not afraid of chaos. He enjoys it. Said that there will be an explosion when strong style and madness collide. New Japan is slowly dying, says Maddie. Actually, quite the opposite. Feels like New Japan might be experiencing a little bit of a renaissance finally. They got their young guys stepping in. That G1 final was fucking awesome. And it's good. It's good that finally those young guys are sort of taking the mantle, like who's going to be the next ace. It's been a long time coming. They relied on the old guard for so long. It really screwed them over there for a while. His name is Chocha? Well, that's not what he said. I'm just going by what he called himself here in the video. I went back and I rewound it so I could listen to it. I thought I heard him say Choach. Choach is... Choach is Spanish. It is not PG. It's not PG. I told you, until I'm proven wrong, I'm calling him Choach. I don't care what fucking language it's in. No sign of Daryl the cat, by the way. Looks like Daryl is being left at clothing, trying to figure...
Marky and I served together. Does he tell R-Truth that he's done? Yeah, I don't want to be your friend anymore. I don't want to team with you, so I'll see you later. I gotta go do this other thing by myself. Or did they just play it up and give Damian Priest a refresh of a character? Have him turn on Truth? We get the stereotypical one-on-one match between former tag team partners. He beats Truth, and then Truth goes back to doing comedy with Danhausen or whoever, The Miz or Kit Wilson. And then Damian Priest goes on to do whatever he's got to do. He was name-dropped by CM Punk. He did confront management about having the same people in the same top spots weeks ago. He told this to Cody. Do we see Damian Priest go heel and enter himself into the world title picture? Do we give him a refresh of a character and put him in the main event scene? Or something like that kind of been done already? Do you want to see Damian Priest in the world title picture? Been there, done that. I mean, I don't really see him anymore as a world champion. Not after they kind of withered him away and made him a tag team guy. He doesn't feel like a main event guy. I didn't think that way when he was the world heavyweight champion. When he was in the Judgment Day, I thought he had a decent run for himself. A couple of great matches with McIntyre. I thought he had a decent run for himself. I don't look at him in that same way now. And the main event scene is very, very top heavy. There's a lot of credible names there. Maybe WWE ends up giving Damian Priest one more shot. I don't know. I don't believe that he's a part of that group yet. I'm not saying that he can't. You got to show me that he does belong there. Right now, he doesn't. And that's fact. Damian Priest versus CM Punk. I could see that for AAA, H. Jones. I could absolutely see that. That would actually make sense. That would totally make sense. Other than that, I don't know what they do with CM Punk. Kathy Kelly interviewed CM Punk back in the backstage area. He claimed to have changed, while Kevin Owens, according to Punk, is fighting imaginary battles in his head. He very much belongs, and he very much fit into the topic I want to start off with first, and that is Chelsea Green.
Now, this is the Smackdown review from last week that I wanted to show y'all. I'm going to show it here.
Chelsea Green broke her orbital bone last week off of Fatal Influence's finisher, Fatal Flaw. Oh, it was certainly a flaw, all right. They broke Chelsea Green's orbital bone, and everybody was wondering what the status of Chelsea Green was going to be coming into tonight's show. Is she going to relinquish the championship? Is WWE going to give it some time, let it heal, bring her back, and let her do what she usually does and come back wearing a bedazzled mask of sorts? Which is what she's done the last couple of times she's broken her nose. Chelsea Green was the star of Smackdown tonight. And WWE did one very, very, very important thing. WWE did the one thing that I was hoping that they would do when they crowned Chelsea Green the interim women's champion at SummerSlam. They were going to make that woman into a bigger star than she was before. They gave her the women's interim women's championship. The WWE did an exceptional job with the opening segment. Chelsea Green, Nick Aldis. They did an exceptional job, and it ended up being one of the best in-ring segments that you will see on professional wrestling television in all of 2026. I don't know how else to brand it to you. I don't know how else to put it to you. This was one of the best in-ring segments that WWE did all year. It was one of the best in-ring segments that pro wrestling has seen all year. And when I tell you I was seconds away from sending a tweet that was so vile and so vicious towards this writing team, and then when they did what they did tonight, I promptly deleted it. They had everybody thinking that they were legitimately going to take the women's championship away from Chelsea Green, and I had every fucking instance in which Rhea Ripley was never stripped of the championship, Liv Morgan was never stripped of the championship, Jade Cargill was never stripped of the championship. Yet we got Chelsea Green out here getting injured off of a fucking move that should have never injured her to begin with. Chelsea Green in a match she should have never even been a part of last week. We won't even be here talking about the injury. WWE turns it into gold. They took whatever happened last week and they took whatever fans were talking about on social media. Yes, they very much do pay attention to what we say on social media. And they turned it into a segment that was fucking fantastic. Nick Aldis was about to take the women's championship from Chelsea Green, and she cut one of the most heartfelt promos that you would see a talent cut in all of professional wrestling, stating her case as to why she shouldn't be stripped of the championship. She handed that championship to Nick Aldis, and man, oh man, I was seconds away from sending that tweet. And she walked out of the ring, and everybody's collectively saying, I don't believe they did this. I don't believe they're going to do this. And Nick Aldis says, the pro wrestler in me, the GM in me, says I'm doing the right thing. The man in me knows I'm not. I don't give a shit what medical says. I'm giving you 30 days to get better and get yourself a protective face covering. And you are going to still be
I told you I was going to dunk on dude.
And he never ended up taking the belt from her in the first place.
Posterized.
Chelsea Green got such an overwhelmingly sympathetic babyface reaction. Nothing like I ever seen her get since she's arrived in WWE, and this is years now. WWE turned a situation. They turned a negative situation. They turned a big question mark situation into a segment, played it into a storyline, and made Chelsea Green, probably at this point in the game, the biggest babyface in the entire women's division. For as many times as we shit on WWE Creative, that genuinely got everybody. They genuinely did a fantastic job. And Chelsea Green is now the biggest babyface in the women's division and a bigger star than she was when she won the championship at SummerSlam. I love it. Absolutely love it.
What's good, fam? It's MP, and I got something special for you today.
Hold up, man.
How could you even contemplate taking the belt off Chelsea Green after you pointed to her as the new women's champion? Rhea Ripley in 2024 broke her orbital bone and came back in a month wearing a protective face covering. She then again broke her nose in 2025 and came back and wore a protective face covering. Liv Morgan went over 100 days without a single women's championship title defense. Jade Cargill went 100 days without a women's championship title defense. Yeah, you were really, really, really going to take the belt off Chelsea Green? If WWE took the belt off Chelsea Green tonight, there would have been blowback like you've never seen before. They couldn't do it. Chelsea was saved because of WWE's inept creative. WWE made mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, had nowhere to cover their ass, and Chelsea was saved by WWE's illogical booking. There's no 30-day rule anymore. If there was, Liv Morgan would have been stripped. Jade Cargill would have been stripped. How in their right mind could you ever think about taking the belt off of Chelsea Green. If anything, she deserves the same luxury as all those other women to try and get medically cleared. If you're able to do that and not look the other way with Liv Morgan, and certainly Jade Cargill, you could give Chelsea Green the benefit of the fucking doubt, use her on television in a non-physical role, and still get Chelsea on TV in front of people as the women's champion. They did that tonight. Somehow, this writing team had a fucking brain. I don't know who it was, but the most critical guy in the fucking room who analyzes this different than everybody else is giving you a round of applause. That was fucking great. That was legitimately fucking great.
What if you could see what's happening inside your body? Prenuvo's whole body scan screens for hundreds of...
Oh my goodness, we got Joseph Curran coming in here with a $100 super chat. Do you know there are some people in this community that think I donate to myself when there's a $100 super chat? People legitimately, as dumb as they fucking are, think that I donate to myself? How exactly am I doing that? This is Joseph Curran. We just got another fucking super chat. Look at this fucking guy. I'm donating to myself, guys. Chair Shot Sports. In front of the camera. Man, I must be a great multitasker, huh? And why would I donate $100 super chats to myself? You fucking retard. Or plural, retards. You do realize that YouTube takes 30% of all the super chats, right? So I'd be losing money. Why storytelling? While watching Punk and KO, it gave me deja vu to when Punk and Kingston went at it in AEW. Your thoughts, OTS for life. Chair shot, I thought of Eddie Kingston and the promo that WWE constructed this in the last 7 days. And to me, I'm fucking more excited about this than I am CM Punk and Kevin Owens. Tiffany Stratton is going to be a fucking heel. And the best work that she did in WWE, dating back to her NXT days, was that of a heel. Tiffany Stratton as a babyface went nowhere. She went nowhere. She's very boring. She's very vanilla. All she does is smile with her big pearly whites. Her promo ability isn't what it used to be as a heel. This is going to make Tiffany so much more valuable to the main roster. And I won't be surprised if WWE puts the title on Tiffany Stratton, because I still don't think that they want Chelsea Green as the women's champion. They don't want Chelsea recognized as the women's champion. They don't look at Chelsea Green as a big match wrestler standing face to face with Charlotte or Rhea Ripley. They certainly do Tiffany Stratton. She's been there. She's done that. So when Rhea gets back, I could absolutely see Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley, Rhea babyface, Tiffany heel, working against each other. I would say, let's ride this hot hand with Chelsea Green. I say, let's ride the hot hand and see what she can do. Let's see how far she can push this thing. That was a fucking great opening segment. One of the best segments that WWE did all year. And I'm here for it. We got a Billy Bomb with a $100 super chat. Billy Bomb is back. He says, fuck the haters. Screw the fake motherfuckers. JD is the true man of the IWC. Hope all is well. JD and the OTS family have a great weekend. And I will win the wheel tonight. I guarantee it. OTS for life. Oh my God. I won't stop. I can't stop super chatting myself, guys. What am I? CM Punk and Kevin Owens. I had people telling me this was boring. This was anything but boring. Some people were telling me, who gives a shit about their Ring of Honor feud from 20 years ago? It's the fucking bane of the reason why we are here with Kevin Owens and CM Punk. He never let the last 20 years go. He never had an opportunity to tell CM Punk exactly what he wanted to tell him. He never had an opportunity to wrestle CM Punk. He never had a shot to wrestle CM Punk. And now he's got the opportunity to air his grievances. He's got a shot at CM Punk one-on-one for the first time. And he's got a shot at Punk with the WWE Championship on the line. The only problem that I had with this is the fact that it didn't go long enough. The fact that it didn't go another 20 minutes. The only problem I had with this is the fact that they couldn't go really knee-deep into the fucking bullshit that I'm sure they very much wanted to over the last 20 years. I wanted them. And then you got Cody and Randy. You got Cody and Randy, who didn't really say much of anything this week. Cody had words with Sami. But Cody and Randy clearly had a problem with what Pat McAfee did and his involvement in WrestleMania, and they are looking to do it all over again. Good for them. Good for them. But in the process, Sami got fucked over out of an opportunity to get a WWE Championship match. Randy, he don't give a fuck about anybody's emotions or anybody's feelings. He went after Cody because he wants Cody. Sami got fucked over. Justice for Sami continues. I see Sami Zayn getting so angry that he ruins the match with CM Punk and Kevin Owens next week in Toronto. I thought Smackdown, as far as the major stories, there's a lot to be excited about. CM Punk and Kevin Owens, Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton. Mostly Chelsea Green tonight, but the
Zero with an X.
You weren't a florist whose business was blooming yet, but Zero makes it easy to manage your books all in one place so you can flourish. Now, you're the kind of florist whose business is blooming.
Touchdown! Celebrate your team's sensational performance with Old Spice.
Continue to get them on in. Best way. And we'll hang out at the end, as always. This is a women's division that called up Blake Monroe and hasn't given her one match on national television yet. Apparently, chat saying next week against Julia. This is a women's division that's buried. Gunther insulted Chelsea Green because she was complaining that he cut off her promo and interrupted her segment. A wasted week as far as building to what comes next. Cody. He's backstage and he approaches Finn Balor. He said last week he needed time to cool off. Brothers Keeper Powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, and the MFTs are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. You know, you gotta have a division for this to mean anything. Damian Priest and R-Truth are not a real tag team. The War Raiders aren't even a SmackDown team. They're a Monday Night Raw team that are carrying around the AAA Tag Team Championships, pretending to be a SmackDown team. The only genuine team you have on this show are Fraxium, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom. Unless you are going to build an actual division, I don't see what purpose this makes. I don't see how beneficial this is to Tama Tonga and Tola Tonga. And all I see them doing is trying to make something out of legitimately nothing. They brought Haku in, their real-life father, to try and give these guys some credibility. And after 3 weeks, no matter what they got going on with Haku, I don't look at them in a different light whatsoever. The crowds don't care. You and me, we don't care. And there's no division for us to care about. There's no genuine babyface team in this division that is going to combat the MFT's heel. So what exactly are we doing? We're just changing the championships because... Just because. Just to pay off the fact that Haku is now their manager. Gonna need to do more than that. Haku's great. The division is not. Women's United States Championship. Stratton, JC Jane is now the new Women's United States Champion, and JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Lainey Reed now all have championship gold. Fatal Influence is dripping in championship gold. Why are we here, chat? For weeks, Tiffany wanted nothing to do with Chelsea Green. Nothing. She looked at Chelsea as a loser. She looked at Chelsea as a nuisance. Like a fly on the 4th of July as you're barbecuing outside with your family. That's what she looked at Chelsea Green as. She started to warm up to Chelsea. She started to be nice to Chelsea. She started to look at Chelsea as a friend. Then come the ladder match. They both find themselves in the ladder match at SummerSlam. Tiffany and Chelsea are in that match. There was one point in that match where Chelsea Green shoved a ladder with Tiffany Stratton on it so that she can go win the championship, which is all legal and in the boundaries of what a ladder match should be. It's every woman for themselves, friend or no friend. Tiffany shouldn't be upset at Chelsea Green for doing that because Tiffany would have done the same thing to Chelsea Green. Mistake number one. Chelsea Green wins the championship. She wins the championship at SummerSlam. She comes out the following Friday. She has a championship celebration. She wants to celebrate friendship. Women empowerment with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany's also the United States champion. So now we got two women who are friends, both holding the two biggest championships in the women's division on Friday night. Tiffany wanted to talk to Chelsea about something important, but then out comes Fatal Influence. So whatever was about to be mentioned was not mentioned. JC Jane wants a shot at Tiffany Stratton and the United States Championship because she's blaming Tiffany for costing her a spot.
And Doug.
That name on your shirt, it means something.
And that was not being said through all of 2026. But it goes to show you when you got Punk and Owens and Cody and Orton and Sami and Finn and Gunther in the main event scene. I mean, this is a show that, at this point, should be incapable of telling bad stories or creating bad television. They just need to get a solid... Picks you. Same deal in the bedroom.
I'm gonna end the video. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below if y'all want to see more. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Until next time, I will see y'all later. I will do Monday Night Raw review next week on Raw, and I probably will do my live stream differently. I think I'll play Call of Duty while I do my live stream on Raw on this Monday. But until then, I'll see y'all later.